students! I'm behind the scenes here of a premiere and people are asking me what is okra. So it's pretty hard to explain. So I thought I would take a picture here by going onto the images of Google. This is what okra looks like. In case you've never seen it, yes, it's vegan. So go ahead and try some okra. That will be great for you. Right now, we are in the middle of the background before a video that's going up. This is a premiere. And the reason I say we're in the middle of it is because you can see people are chatting away here and commenting. It's very hard for me to keep up with typing answers, so often I just grab my camera and talk and give the answers that way. Right now we have 55 people waiting. It is in the morning here on a work day. The premiere begins in 10 minutes, which will be at 9 in the morning. I'm not sure why I decided to put it up at that time, but I did. I just thought, whatever. There's always some people in different parts of the world who are awake, and sometimes I just change it up a bit to include different people. So let me just fix my screen here a little bit to try to get you guys a little bit closer and cuddly. So there we go. Right, so here we are. Thank you for being here. Let's have a look at some of the comments. So we have here some people are saying random things like same, and that's because they are talking to other people. And so we can't always engage with everybody because we don't really know. It's sometimes in the middle of a conversation or something like that. Let me see if there's anything that I can refer to. Let's see, somebody says here, and this has not been shown yet, every mod here are just 10 years old who believe that animals are getting raped in dairy industries. Well, Nick, I am not somebody who discriminates against people for their age. Sometimes 10-year-olds are extremely smart and extremely knowledgeable. Sometimes they've been vegan since birth, and they know a little bit more than you. And yes, it's true. That's what happens is that in the dairy industry, animals are forcefully impregnated against their will and their babies are stolen. That is kidnapping. And the babies are turned into veal. They're cut up and they are hurt. So that's exactly what happens. And if you don't know, you can go to Google some of the important videos. One of them is called Dairy is Scary. Dairy is Scary. It's only 5 minutes long. Have a look at that and you'll know what goes on before you start to spread lies. And I'm just organizing some papers behind the scenes here. For those of you who don't know, my name is Katie, Miss Katie, that vegan teacher, and behind the scenes I have all of these different comments here on my computer that I copy and paste. And I'm getting ready for doing all kinds of different posts. And some of the things I have here are also these little cards here that say, this one says, animals are not objects to be used by us. Here's another one. Promote vegan foods. I also have this one. Go to howdoigovegan.com if you want some help. That's somewhere you can go. If you have cardboard left over from different cereal boxes or whatever, you can write your own messages like this and keep them handy. Don't eat chickens, pigs, or cows. When you keep these handy, you always have a way to do videos with them. Happy Vegan Declaration Day for those of you who are vegan. For those of you who are new here and don't know, this is my latest TikTok, That Non-Vegan Therapist, where I play the part of the therapist who's crazy. She hates vegans and it's kind of silly, but it's a good one. Look at, there's dots in between. So there's that dot non dot vegan dot therapist. So we're on TikTok. Have a look at that. Here's my Instagram in case you are wondering. It's That Vegan Teacher, Miss Katie, all one word. And what else do I have? Oh yeah, I want you to watch this documentary here called don'twatch.org. You can pause at any time, take a screenshot if you want. I know I'm giving you a lot of information in one shot. Here's the one I wanted to talk to you about with the dairy and the egg industry. Remember, it's egg-truth.com or dairy-truth.com. So let's get back over here. So the video is going to be about proof that Anna Oop is becoming vegan. And Anna Oop is somebody who's quite cruel. She pays for the rape, torture, confinement, kidnapping, sadness, and murder of innocent animals who never wanted to die. And I confronted her, and she is now showing signs that she's on her way to becoming vegan. Remember, it takes 100 clicks to become vegan. It doesn't just happen overnight. You got to really understand everything, got to watch the documentaries, got to get it into your head and into your heart, and then that's where you start. Let's have a look at some more of the comments here. Joaquin Vegan says, zoos lock up animals in cages so that humans can look at them. They aren't some inanimate display. They are sentient beings just like us. So be kind and be vegan. Yeah, I mean, I don't think you would like to be locked up in a cage and have people stare at you all day with no privacy and people banging on the window and on the glass. It's horrific how some people treat animals. And if you look at a zoo, they often have the walls painted to look like a jungle, and yet the animals have so little space. It's heartbreaking. Don't put animals behind bars. Animals are not here for us. They are here with us. Let them be free. Somebody's writing here, Guinevere Vegan USA 14, and says Team Vegan. Right. Great, exactly. Team Vegan. Absolutely. And thank you for wearing the uniform. That's wonderful. Why are Anna Oop looks terrifying? I don't know. Water is for animals. Yes, water is for everyone, plants and animals, and there's lots of water because it keeps getting recirculated. It goes up to the clouds and it comes down into the lakes and the rivers and the streams, and we should be careful to not abuse the water system and use it correctly by not wasting water. You could watch this and say, this is, I want to see, this is my happiness. Don't know what you mean. Vegan good, yeah, where did that go? Our freaking world is turning upside down. You're right, it is already upside down when people are hurting animals for no reason. We must protect the environment. The best way you can protect environment is by not eating animals. Animal agriculture pollutes terribly. It is best to eat the animals never, and it is best to allow nature to take its own course, because right now we cannot stop the lions from eating the zebras. We're not at that stage yet. Right now what we can do though is we can use our own moral agency to decide not to hurt animals who didn't want to die and who don't need to die. Just go to a store and buy healthy vegan foods. Never eat animals. There's no reason to. Daria says, wear the uniform by changing your name to your real name and then vegan where you live, etc. Yeah, like this is a great uniform. Daria, vegan, Sweden 16. Great, you've got everything there. Actually, you know what? You could add something, Daria, which would be the city. Add the city in Sweden where you are. Because Sweden can be quite big. You could be in the north, you could be in the south, east, west, but don't add any more specific information than that. Don't tell us your street number or your family name, because that starts to get a little bit unsafe. But just doing the general things is fine. Vegan teacher, please say Team C's. Well, I think we should protect the C's, but I think that a lot of people who are promoting that are incredible hypocrites. Mr. Beast still eats fish. So does Mike Robber, who I think is also helping, Mark Robber. And those people still eat fish, which is completely hypocritical. You're saying on the one hand, let's save the seas, and on the other hand, you are in there with nets, because that's what these shipping boats do. They have these fishing boats, they have these massive nets, and many times they get fallen into the sea. And if you don't know, you should watch a documentary called Seaspiracy. This is a very important documentary to watch. It's called Seaspiracy. It's on Netflix, and there you can find out what exactly happens to the fish and the nets. Massive amounts of nets are down there, and the poor fish and other wildlife inside gets all tangled up into these nets, and they die a slow, painful, horrific death. Sometimes dolphins are in there because people are trying to catch tuna, and tuna is quite a big fish. And just basically, we should stay out of the oceans. Stay out of them and be vegan and eat healthy vegan foods that are grown on the land. That's what you should do. Let's go back here and see if we had any more comments. Stop the vegan teacher. Well, I'm going to stop you by putting you in a timeout because you're clearly not mature enough yet to understand that we are here to help save the animals. If you are here just because you want to stop me, well, then you can just go away, silly. You're just being so silly. All right, eat whatever you want. No, eat whatever you want, but don't eat whoever you want. Don't hurt animals needlessly. Animals need a Bill of Rights. There's no reason to hurt or use animals. That does not mean we think animals should have the right to vote, but they should have the right to live in peace. All right, the premiere is going to begin in 2 minutes, and we are still looking at some here. We have arrêtez de forcer les gens à être végétaliens. On force personne. Tu es ici parce que tu voulais être ici. C'était ton choix. Tu peux t'en aller si tu veux. So basically, this person's speaking in French and saying that I'm forcing people, and I'm simply saying you don't have to be here if you don't want to. But if I could force you to be vegan, I would. I think it should be the law. If we can force people to wear seatbelts, if we can force people to stop at red lights, we can certainly gather together and force people to stop putting dead animals inside schools, inside hospitals, and inside stores. Only healthy vegan foods. We don't want our children to be walking around like graveyards with dead bodies inside of them. We want them to be gardens. Sorry, I don't want to be vegan. Well, most people don't want to be at first because it sounds like a lot of work. I get it. You just think to yourself, oh my God, I have to change everything. But that's the good thing about life. We get to change and become better. The more we know, the better we can be. Animals deserve a Bill of Rights. Animals have the right to be free from exploitation, cruelty, neglect, and abuse. Doesn't that make sense? To me, it makes perfect sense. Why hurt animals if you don't have to? Why be cruel, right? Now, I want to tell you something else that I learned here that you might not know. This little card got a bit wet somehow, but look here. There are 3 stages of truth in life. Now, this goes to how women got the right to vote, and it goes to how Black people got liberation. First, it's ridiculed. First, when people ask for something, they get laughed at. Like the Black people who said we don't want to be slaves, people laughed at them. When women wanted to have the right to vote, people laughed at them and said, well, you are men's property. But next, it is violently opposed. Now, that can be with words or with actions, where people start to get mad and say, who the fuck are you? Why do you want freedom? No, I want to have you as a slave. Or no, my husband say, I want to be the boss of this family, and you should not have the right to vote. You should be my property. So what ends up happening is this. Number 2, it becomes violently opposed. And third, eventually, it's accepted as being self-evident. Self-evident. That's when people realize, oh yeah, you know what? Maybe it was wrong to have slaves. Maybe it was wrong that women didn't have the right to vote. See? And then everybody becomes vegan, and that's what's going on. That's why people are so frustrated right now, because they see that we are opposing them. They know that they are going to lose. They know that the animals and sanity is going to win, and that frightens them. So thank you everyone for being here. Thank you for 142,000 subscribers. Thank you for all 84 of you who are actually not working or not in school right now. It's early in the morning. Well, it's 9 o'clock right now. So thank you. I'm not sure where you are in the world, but thanks a lot for being here. I really do appreciate it. So this is the time where we can spam some vegan foods. So we write subscribe, and you can just put anything you want here. I'm going to put a little seedling because I think the seedlings are super cute. And I'm also going to add here another thing. You guys can go ahead and spam whatever kind of vegan foods you want. Put this here, copy, boop. Do you guys like this music? I like it. I think it's kind of fun. Okay, so subscribe to this channel. Press the notification bell so that you can come here during different premieres. We can all chat together. If you have a question, I try to answer them. And help me get these animals out of hell. Thank you so much for being here, everyone. I'm going to put an extra thing here now. See what that looks like. And we just copy it like that. You have only 200 characters with which to work. There we go. That looks kind of pretty. I like that one. I like it when it doesn't line up perfectly. So the reason to press the notification bell, like I said, is so that you can be here to chat and give your comments and say whatever you like. People are saying be vegan for life, and somebody says I'm not curious. I don't know why you're saying that. Animals don't want to die. That's right, Daria. Thank you for saying that. Lala, thank you for saying be vegan. Exactly. And Mukherjee, I'm not sure what you're saying here, Anu, but I know you're an animal defender, so thank you for being here. Thank you to 126 people who are hanging out. Let's listen a bit to Miss Katie.
Hello, students. Welcome to class. Check it out. Anna Oop has just done another video, and she mentions me. And this time, it's actually good news. Now, normally, Anna Oop is a vegan-phobic poop. She is racist towards animals. She is cruel. She eats them. She wears them. And she also makes fun of animal defenders. So I was pretty tough on her. I made a video, a song about her. And I guess she didn't like it. But at the same time, it worked. A lot of her followers came over here and said, Miss Katie, you're right. We should be vegan. And maybe it's getting to her, which would be great. The song, which we're about to hear, is only about 3 minutes long. It's exactly 3 minutes long, though, actually. And we're going to dance to it. Are you guys ready to dance? I know what you're thinking. Oh, my God, I don't want to dance with that vegan teacher. But come on. You know you really want to. I mean, who doesn't like to move, right? We have this body. If we can move it, just like move it. It's so healthy to move. And, even if you're in your bed and you don't want to get up for some reason, you can still do anything. You just lie there and do this with your arms or your legs. Pretend you're like doing a bicycle thing. Just move it. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it. And you should too. So we're going to listen to my song and we're going to dance to it. And then I'm going to give you my conclusion after. You guys ready? Here we go. Anna Oop is a vegan phobic poop. Anna Oop is a vegan phobic poop. Anna Oop is a vegan phobic poop. She pays people to cut up baby animals and attacks animal defenders. Yeah, that's the scoop. Cats, cows, sheep, pigs, dogs, no animals are safe in her vicinity. Chickens, turkeys, rabbits, lambs need protection from this narcissistic bully. No empathy, no empathy, no empathy, no empathy. Why contribute to so much cruelty? No empathy, no empathy, no empathy. They've committed no crimes, they deserve their liberty. She promotes violence against baby animals because they'll never be able to lay eggs. Baby boy chicks are ground up alive at just 1 day old in the egg industry. To view footage of this, Google watchdominion.com. 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 Don't discriminate. She condones sexual assault of males and females. In the meat and dairy industries, bulls are sexually assaulted. Their sperm is stolen. It is forcefully inserted into a female cow in a device that the industry itself calls a rape rack. Google earthlings.com. 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 Anna Oop is a vegan phobic poop. Anna Oop is a vegan phobic poop. Anna Oop is a vegan phobic poop. She pays people to cut up baby animals and attacks animal defenders. Yeah, that's the scoop. Cats, cows, sheep, pigs, dogs, no animals are safe in her vicinity. Chickens, turkeys, rabbits, lambs need protection from this narcissistic bully. No empathy, no empathy, no empathy, no empathy. Why contribute to so much cruelty? No empathy, no empathy, no empathy. They've committed no crimes, they deserve their liberty. There is a special place in hell for those who pay to torture the innocent. There's a special place in hell, and for sure she will be in it. She pays to hear animals scream in terror. She pays to hear animals begging for mercy. She pays for sexual assault, bestiality. Yep, that's what they do in the meat, dairy, and egg industries. It's a never-ending cycle of cruelty. Don't discriminate. Anna Oop is a vegan phobic poop. Anna Oop is a vegan phobic poop. Anna Oop is a vegan phobic poop. She pays people to cut up baby animals and attacks animal defenders. Yeah, that's the scoop. Cats, cows, sheep, pigs, dogs, no animals are safe in her vicinity. Chickens, turkeys, rabbits, lambs need protection from this narcissistic bully. No empathy, no empathy, no empathy, no empathy. Why contribute to so much cruelty? No empathy, no empathy, no empathy. They've committed no crimes, they deserve their liberty. Anna Oop is a vegan phobic poop. And that's it. Thank you so much for being here. Happy Vegan Declaration Day to all of you who are getting your 100 clicks. It takes 100 clicks because you know why? When you first hear about veganism, you hate the messenger. You just think to yourself, I can't stand this person. I don't want to hear their message. They're mean. They're trying to make me feel guilty. We're not mean. And yeah, we are trying to make you feel guilty, though. That's true. This thing keeps falling out. So thank you for being here. Thank you to all of you who are brave enough to be vegan. You have to be brave. You have to be willing to stand up to the rest of society. Help Anna Oop become vegan. Show her different vegan videos. Remind her that she should be watching. Where are my videos here? Where are my papers now? Okay, anyway, you should watch this one for sure. Don'twatch.org. It's only 6 minutes long. That will tell you the truth about what goes on. And another one that's really important, so you know why we're here, is watchdominion.com. Now, once you watch these, down in the comment section, tell me how you feel. How do you feel about the way that we treat animals in this society? And help us to veganize this world. So thank you, Anna Oop, for continuing to think about me. I know that people do. They don't want to think about me, but they can't help it. Every time they eat a vegetable, they think about me. Every time they eat a fruit, they're like, oh, that vegan teacher would be happy. Every time they're eating something packed with fiber, like some kale, some bok choy, some spinach, and making a good smoothie, they're like, oh, that vegan teacher would be happy. And every time they're cutting meat, they're like, oh, that vegan teacher wouldn't like this. And they start to feel guilty over time. Don't eat eggs. You can learn about the egg industry by going to this one here, egg-truth.com. I'm not going to get into the details now. I've done lots of videos about it, but trust me, don't eat eggs. And if you don't know why, go and watch this. And to learn about dairy and why you should not be ever drinking cow's milk, go there. All right? Thanks so much for being here. Love you guys so much for trying so hard. And I will see you in the next video. But first, don't forget to give yourself a big hug. Come on. Big squeeze. Come on. Okay, because I know you're trying. I know you're trying super hard. I know it's not easy. Some of you don't want to get out of bed. Some of you are sick. Some of you have had terrible things happen in your life. I know. But it's still not a reason to let it out on the animals, okay? You know that. Be kind to the animals. It will make you feel so much better too. Because you won't be living your life as a hypocrite anymore. And the reason you should hug yourself also is because people come and go in your life and you are always there. You are your own best friend, so treat yourself well. Eat healthy foods, whole foods. No more junk. It's not good for you. You know it. It's a temporary high, but in the long run, it's not good for you. Right? So thank you guys for being here. Coming up on screen are going to be a bunch of other videos. Be curious. Look around. Click on them. Don't forget to subscribe. Do you see the subscribe button below? You see it? And see beside it, there's like a notification bell. Press that. Subscribe and press the notification bell and help me get the animals out of hell. Together we're going to do this. We're going to make this world a better place. Thanks a lot, guys. I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Let's follow that vegan teacher on YouTube right now.